So today, guys, I want to talk to you guys a build that I've been using for the Auntie League. And this build 100% will work with lower levels. I'll tell you, if we head over to our account, right, we look at our seasonal track, we head over to the Auntie League, and right off the bat, you guys can see we have 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. And look at this, Black Tusk Disrupted, 10 out of 10. And we did this all in one day. And then we also have the True Sons headshots that obviously we're working on, but we have a little bit more to go. That's just getting True Sons headshots. It's just finding True Sons, so doing more True Sons missions. But look, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. We did this really easy live on stream. Now, one thing you guys need to know is I'm only level 218 shade level. So that should give you an idea that no matter what shade level you are, this build will help you guys. I've been running this build since I was 50 shade level. And if we head over to my shade watch, you'll see right here, right? We only have, right, 8.8. We only have 8.8. This doesn't really matter for this, but yeah, so we're only really getting weapon damage. We're missing out on like crit chance, crit damage, and headshot damage, right? And then obviously we're only getting armor right here. So ideally, this build would work. So let's get into it. So what you guys have right here is your typical Hunter's Fury 4-piece. Now you guys can run this a few different ways. Ideally, if you have the Dark Winter, that is kind of my go-to. I love the Dark Winter. I ended up getting one from the bounty. You can see my rolls aren't maxed out. So this is a great way for you guys to see that no matter what build you guys are running or what level, right? At shade level, you guys can do this. So we have SMG damage, crit chance, damage targets out of cover. And the reason why the Dark Winter is so good is because Perfect Killer, killing enemy with the critical hit, grants 50% critical hit damage for 10 seconds. Now I have crit chance on here. I was lucky enough to finally get the ACP magazine slot, the oversized 45, and that gives me 20 rounds. I also have the laser pointer under here, so they get the crit chance and then crit chance. So I have 15% crit chance on the Dark Winter. If we look at our stats real quick before we get into the build, we're sitting at 55%. 105% crit damage, 50% headshot damage. So let's talk about it. If you guys don't have the Dark Winter, you guys can use a regular Vector SBR. I was using this for the longest. Now you have SMG damage, crit chance, damage targets out of cover. That's kind of what you want to go for. Don't worry about the rolls. That's kind of what you want to go for. And then for the talent, you can use two different talents. Close and personal, killing a target within 7 meters, grants 30% weapon damage for 10 seconds. And then obviously you run the same rounds. I would change that, but you run the same exact setup. If you don't want to use close and personal, you can run the non-name version of the Dark Winter, the Killer. I haven't tested it out in a while, but I'm pretty sure close and personal will beat out Killer's regular talent by a little bit. And then obviously Perfect Killer hits harder than close and personal. So that is just something for you, at least on this build. Now we go to the build itself, you'll see that I am running a 4-piece Hunter's Fury. That's gonna give me shotgun damage, SMG damage, right, 15%. We have 20% armor on kill, 100% health on kill. And then since we are running the gunner class, we're gonna have a total of 30% armor on kill. So that's why we're able to survive. Now you can see Apex Predator, enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, amplifying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Now killing a debuff enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters and amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. We have weapon damage on here, crit damage, and then a crit damage mod. As you guys see, not max rolled. Now for the chest piece, this is something that you guys can do as you guys level up. I used it because I have low crit chance on this build. So we have 10% crit chance right here. We have weapon damage, we have crit damage, we have crit chance, and then we have a crit chance mod. Ideally, if you guys have the watch level where you guys already have the 10% crit chance in the watch, so we go to the watch, go right here, the 10% crit chance. Then what you can do is you can swap this out for a Sokolov piece, which will give you 15%. I don't have it on me. 15% SMG damage, and you'll still be able to hit 55% crit chance. Now we have weapon damage, critical damage, crit chance, and the talent you want is Obliterate, killing critical hits, increase total weapon damage by 1% for 5 seconds. So that could be up to 25%. So that's what you guys want there. For second piece of Hunter's Fury, we're running it on the holster with armor and critical damage. For our third piece of Hunter's Fury, we're running the knee pads for weapon damage, critical damage. We have another armor rolled Hunter's Fury with the armor, critical damage. And then obviously we have the Memento backpack, which is giving us weapon damage, armor, and skill tier. So what's cool about this is we are having 3 blues on here. So every time we pick up a trophy, you guys remember how kill confirm works, we're gonna be getting 30% bonus armor for 10 seconds. Then we're also going to be getting 20% weapon damage plus 5% skill efficiency. So if we can stack this and stack this and stack this, you'll start to have a lot of armor. So I honestly like having 3 blues. I feel like it's a good balance between a lot of damage, and we were able to get through everything really quick. I also run the same exact build on a heroic content, and we were doing all the invaded missions on heroic. Now remember, after you get 30%, after you get a 30 stack, that's 30% weapon damage, 30% skill efficiency, and 3% armor regen. So that's why it's actually a really good piece. Now, what you guys want to do too for this one is I always run the Reviver Hive, but you want to run the Jammer Pulse. Remember, what that's going to do is going to disrupt those enemies. Remember, you need to disrupt Black Tusk enemies. So if you're doing the invaded missions, you have a lot of Black Tusk enemies to fight, and just constantly spam the Jammer Pulse. You'll end up knocking that one out too. I just run the Reviver Hive as my backup. But yeah, this is the build right here. Again, if we look at the stats one more time, 55% crit chance, 104% crit damage, 50% headshot damage. Plus we have that damage targets out of cover on the weapon itself. So that's why this one actually hits really good. A lot of damage in this build. You guys can play this. Only 218 shade level. I think I've been running this same build around 100. These are I feel the 3 blues is the perfect balance, especially for lower players, and you still have a lot of damage. And like I said, we were playing heroic content with this. If you guys have been watching any of my streams, if you've been missing them, highly recommend checking that out. But yeah, this build right here will definitely do its thing. But yeah, so this is the build that we use for the seasons. Right here, we have 10 out of 10 out of 10 out of 10. And Black Tusk, and yeah, that's the build. But we're gonna wrap it up here, guys. Hey, I appreciate the support, appreciate the love. I'll see you guys in the next one. Hey, nothing but skills out. Take it easy, everybody.